Hey everybody, it's your boy Jax. I didn't do the intro. Your favorite comic book artist's favorite comic book artist, and your favorite grading comic book collector's favorite grading comic book collectors. Yeah, that'll work. Here we are with these are the 7 books that I picked up or that I submitted from Tucson Comic Con. 2 of them are art covers and 5 are graded. I do know the grade of one of them because I accidentally saw it when I was trying to check on the invoice. So I'm going to open this up and then we'll get started. All right, so we are all unpacked and ready to go with this. So as I said, I already know the grade to one of these books. 2 books I have higher expectations for in terms of grades. However, I don't have I'm not saying if they're not all 9.8s, I'm going to be really, really mad. So it's not really a super, super big deal to me. Okay. That being said, let's start this off. This first one is my Jubilee sketch cover. This is extremely cool. Of course, I always get these just art labeled, but having this Jubilee piece is really, really cool. Really, really cool. I like it a lot. Just probably also one of the best Tucson Comic Cons in terms of comic guests. They've had some really, really good ones like Palmiotti and Palmer, J.O. Barr is there almost every single year. Butler and Blaylock were there last year. This year we had Tim Seeley, we had Chris Bachalo, we had Eric Powell, Kevin Eastman, Tony Fleeks, but I mean there were Will Sportasio, Brian Haberlin. There were some heavy hitting artists, and Bachalo's he's been one of my favorites for a long time. In fact, once Gen 13 or Gen X switched from Bachalo to the Dodsons, there was a lot that I felt was lost with that. Some, may differ in their opinions, but his work on Generation X was always super big for me. This is my La Diabla, signed by Eric Powell. And this is the one I already know the grade of. This is the one that I saw ahead of time when I looked online, and it is a 9.4. Still a really, really nice grade. I'm also really happy with the placement of the SIG, which, if you've heard from me before, signature placement is something that I never really thought about prior to these past couple of years when my friend Richard, I had picked up a pre-slabbed and signed and witnessed Jim Lee autograph, and it was signed across the top. And he was just like, that's also great signature placement. And I hadn't really thought about that. And then I started thinking about how some creators, there are some who are pretty notorious about just signing right across the middle of it, and they'll sign across faces and imagery, and it'll just ruin it. So it's not even it just kind of defaces the cover, but it also it makes a signature harder to see at the same time, which is something that I play with, not just in getting autographs, but when I'm signing my books. Okay, where's going to be something, a good spot for a signature? And sometimes I even play with that when I'm actually doing the artwork. There's almost always a good place to sign. And that's something to look for on your books. Speaking of which, if you like what I do, I know times are tough right now. I'm going to throw the link down below for my Etsy shop, and just my Etsy shop. My eBay shop, I don't really add a lot of new stuff to it. My Teespring, I haven't added anything new to it, but I really should, because some of my designs are really, really great. But my Etsy shop, you can get my comics, prints of everything that I've been doing lately. So you've got Bubba Patrol, you've got Welcome to Pleasant Falls, you've got prints. All my horror prints are going to be going up there really, really soon. By the time you watch this video, they will be present on there. Stickers, original art, digital editions of both the one shot of Welcome to Pleasant Falls and chapter 1 as well at a discounted rate. You know what? If it's not something that you can swing financially, I get it. Like and subscribe and interact. Put some comments down below in my videos. It helps. I'm nowhere near monetizing, but it does make a difference. It'll hopefully throw it up into people's For You pages as well. Next book. This is another art book. This is my Justice League of America, or Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong blank by JoJo Seams. JoJo is a local artist, an indie artist. They've done tons of stuff. They have their own book called The Makeshift Man, which I really enjoy. Actually, at Tucson Comic-Con, she put out the most recent issue of it, not to mention lots of amazing original art, sketch cards. Does artwork for a line of cryptid trading card games. So definitely check out her work, JoJo Seams. But this is just really awesome to have that. I told her, you pick the kaiju. Big Mothra fan in JoJo. And I thought she was going to go with Mothra, but because it said Godzilla, she went with Godzilla. So this is the first of 3 books from this pull list that are going to have to get integrated into my kaiju display. Super happy to have that back. It looks great as well. Okay. All right, so this is the second book that will go into that display. This is Godzilla Monsters and Protectors. This is the Vic Hollins 1 in 10 retailer incentive variant. Vic is also a local artist. Coolly enough, just like JoJo, Vic has done 2 variant covers for the Bubba Patrol. She did the Baby Cypress variant for issue number 3, and she did the Brothers Forever variant for issue number 4. JoJo did the Say Cheese variant for issue number 5, both watercolor and just painters extraordinaire. This is one of the books I have a high hope for with the grade 9.8. Nice. I am very happy with that because this was, I was hoping this was going to be a 9.8 or at least a 9.6. So I'm happy with that. She also signed in pink right down in the corner. I was hoping to get a commission from her as well, but Vic was just not in a position to do anything like that during the show. So hopefully I want to have her do a variant for the next issue of one of the upcoming issues in Welcome to Pleasant Falls as well. So this is my Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters, Eric Powell cover and interiors, and signed and Godzilla remark right there. This one I knew wasn't going to be a super high score because we've got some tick marks in here. I got us out of a dollar bin. I'm not real worried about the grade on this. If it's a 9 or above, which I would be very, very surprised by, I'll be ecstatic. But whatever grade it is, I still have a really dope Godzilla remark. And this is the third of the 3, obviously, that's going up on that shelf. A 9. A 9. I am very happy with that. I can see some of the flaws. There's like a little fold in the corner right there. And then, of course, some color breaking ticks. But a 9, I will take that. I will take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. This is one of the other books that I have not super big expectations on, but just Generation X, I love this story. I love this artwork. Generation X, November of 94, first appearance of Chamber, Jonathan Starsmore, and Penance, Monet St. Croix, with a wraparound chromium cover with M plate on the back. This I was thinking might be like a 9496. So let's see. A 9.4, I will take that. That's not bad at all. That's still a near mint grade in and of itself, considering this book is 31 years old. I will take that. I will definitely take that. This is the Chris Bachalo Battle Chasers variant. Oh, I can already see the grade on this because I looked at the back label. But this was one that I was hoping was going to be a higher grade. He signed it with a nice metallic purple, on there. I showed this to one of my friends who's a big Battle Chasers fan, a big Joe Mad fan, but she's also a big Chris Bachalo fan. And when I showed her the Red Monica cover, she's like, that ain't Red Monica. Because, if you know who Red Monica is, you know. And I love Chris Bachalo's work. But, I mean, Gloria has a point. That's not Red Monica. But this is a 9.8. So the two books that I was really hoping to be 9.8s came out as 9.8s. And I can't be happier with that. I mean, would I have liked the La Diabla to be a 9.6 or a 9.8? Of course, why not? But it's still a 9.4. I mean, out of a haul of 5 books being graded, you have 2 9.8s, 2 9.4s, and a 9. And I knew this wasn't going to be a super duper high grade, but I will take a 9. That's still what? Near mint minus. There's your other 9.8. I mean, that's a great looking book. It's also really, really cool because it's a friend of mine did it. So I'm really happy to have a 9.8 from her, to have this art book from JoJo. And I mean, a 9.4 is not a bad grade at all. I'll probably wait to look at the grader notes just because, like, yeah, there's probably some spine tickage. I don't see anything on the front right away, but that doesn't mean I didn't miss something. I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe there's something that I'm missing. There's a little bit of stress on the back cover. Maybe it goes through to the front cover, but I mean, this is still a 9.4. That's a near mint book, right? Plus, as much as I gotta say, I love all these books, especially having JoJo's book and the remark from Eric Powell and the 9.8 on the Vic Hollins book. This is by far my favorite piece. This, to me, is, I sat in line for about an hour and a half to get this, because Chris is now I believe he's in his 60s. He's probably not going to be doing as many cons as before. He draws, I don't want to say he draws slow. Like, I'll take this any day of the week, right? I'll take him sitting here for half an hour to an hour talking to me while he draws this, but that's what he does. He does a lot of talking while he's drawing, so it slows him down a lot. So it's kind of like me. I never shut up. But if he's not gonna be coming back and doing West Coast shows, or not doing a lot of shows, or taking a chance that I wouldn't have been able to get another piece from him ever again, I'll sit in line every day of the week, and twice on Sundays. I'm just so happy to have this. Now I need to get my first appearance of Jubilee graded, or get a really high grade Uncanny 244 and like put all my figures together so that we have like a nice Jubilee setup, because she's my not even guilty pleasure X-Men. Like, she is my favorite X-Men character. Just when I started watching X-Men in 1992 with the animated series, like, she was the character I think I could identify with. Sure, the Gambit was cool, and Cyclops was a dick, and Wolverine was this rough and tumble badass and everything. But like, Jubilee was the teenager who was there for young kids like me to be able to be like, oh, that's my spot in this team. I can imprint on her to be like, that's who I am. So this is my favorite piece, or my favorite return of this haul or mail call. In the comments below, again, please like and subscribe and comment. Your homework, I always give homework. Your homework is to tell me, of these 7 books, what is your favorite that came back? And what do you think of the grades as well? I'm very, very happy with the grades that came back. And ultimately, that is all that matters. These are all PC books that are going to stay with me until somebody pries them from my cold, dead hands. So I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Again, I know you may have seen some of the links that, or the videos that I've been posting. I am doing $25 donations to your community food bank. You DM me the screenshot of the receipt, and I will produce a full color sketch card for you and get that mailed out. If you're local, I'll just hand it off to you as well. But yeah, I'm really wanting to raise some more money for food banks in the era where we are right now, the season we are right now, but a lot of people hurting with the loss of SNAP benefits. I've been there myself before, so I know from personal experience how much that means and how big of a difference that can mean in somebody's life. And I'm a single individual. I don't have kids or dependents or anything like that. So not only am I sending out sketch cards, full color sketch cards, to those who make $25 donations to their community food banks, 20% of sales generated until the end of this year will be donated back to the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona. That's where I am, here in Tucson, in Southern Arizona. So again, hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Please take care of each other in these crazy times. Little hope on the horizon, which is always great. But until then, pow pow. See you later.